Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is I, CR Daredevil, and we are continuing our WWE 2K23 MyGM series. It's not done. We've got through 3 seasons so far, but it's not done. We've got 8 of 10 Hall of Fame trophies, but we need to get those final 2 to get into the Hall of Fame and see if we can have NXT remain number 1 at the end of it all. As you see there, 6,573,114 fans. We're just starting off this season. Season 4 here. We're in Honolulu, Hawaii, apparently. Here is our season challenges this season. So we didn't really go over them in the last episode. So we have to gain 225 popularity between all of our roster. Renew the contract of 3 free agents. Book 8 shows with all promo slots filled. Book 8 Extreme Rules matches, 8 TLC matches, a show where every match has a different match type, 5 promises of superstars, which that's going to be super easy, and 5 steel cage matches. So we got a lot of, we have to book certain steps going on here. But we're going to be doing this series a little different here in Season 4 of this. We're going to be kind of cutting down the usual stuff, with the hopes being that maybe I can get an entire month's worth of stuff in a video around the same amount of time. So what's going to happen is from now on, after this, you are only going to see the results stuff. You're not going to see me sitting here trying to book everything. I'll go over. I won't be simulating through the results really quickly. I'll be going over mindsets of how I did that stuff. But I noticed in previous episodes that I was taking that at least a good half, if not more than half, of the videos was just me sitting there trying to figure out what to book. So I'm deciding to cut that part out, so you guys will just see the final results, and then me kind of going over everything, kind of similar to the TW stuff, where you don't see me booking them, you see the final results. So we're gonna be doing that heading forward. So we will see you in just a second when we go over the results of show 1 of season 4. All right, so we are at the point where we are booking, or we have our final show for week 1 here. We're opening things up with Sheamus going one-on-one with Damian Priest, 2 big men who are looking to kind of do the thing here in NXT. Obviously, Damian Priest, 100 popularity. He is a big star in the company right now, taking on kind of a newcomer in Sheamus. So we'll have to see who ends up winning this matchup here. And it's Damian Priest with the victory. Starting the rivalry there, 3 stars. Pretty good stuff there to start off the season 4, or the new year of NXT. Then we have Indy Hartwell. She cuts a promo. She says that she is wanting to find her footing here in NXT this time around, this season, and she's going to do what she can to become the NXT Women's Champion. Doesn't get her any popularity. It's a weak promo, unfortunately. Looking through my stuff, looking through my people that I've drafted, I realized I didn't really get a lot of people who have good promo skills. A lot of them are 3s or worse. So that'll be interesting. But trying to get people popularity, because Indy Hartwell's sitting at a 47 or something like that right now, popularity-wise. So trying to get her some popularity, that did not work. Then we have a mid-card matchup here as Dakota Kai, longtime NXT talent, is taking on Shayna Baszler, who I believe is a former NXT champion. I probably should have looked into this a little bit more after this, but oops, clicked off the thing. Yeah, so we've got Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler there having a match here today. Of course, our NXT Women's Championship is technically vacated, thanks to the draft. The only championship that was retained due to the draft was, of course, Tyler Bates' NXT Championship. So, a lot of women here on the show are going to want to try to earn their spots into an eventual title matchup to try to become the new NXT Women's Champion. So Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler going out of here. And Dakota Kai with the victory. Big victory for DK. 2-star match, though. Not great, but it does start a new rivalry, so that's good. We got Andre Chase coming out. He's new to NXT, and he says that he's getting ready to start Chase U here in NXT, and he wants to make sure that everybody is ready to see school in session, and it gets him no popularity. It was a weak promo. So we're not doing too great with promos this week. That's not good. Then we have a mid-card matchup. Sees newcomers to NXT, Otis taking on Carl Anderson. Not really anything behind this other than just here's two guys that are going to have a match here on NXT. And Otis gets the victory in a 1.5 star match that doesn't even start a rivalry, so that's good. To be fair, they have terrible popularity. That's also another thing I realize is that I have like 3, maybe 4 people who have like really great popularity, and then I have a bunch of people who do not have any popularity whatsoever, so it's going to be a building process, but that's all right. We have a big enough lead at this point that I think we can suffer for a couple weeks as we're building people up. Then we have our NXT champion come out, and he cuts a promo talking about how he's got a new shirt to buy, apparently. And it gets us $20,000. $20,000 worth of shirts were bought, but people didn't really like his promo, so he lost 3 popularity from it. So that's something. And then our main event. So it turns out that Queen Zelina, who is not happy about the fact that she wasn't just handed the NXT Women's Championship, and is very pissed off at her, as things continue with her about wanting to be the best here in NXT. She turns out to find Becky Lynch backstage, and they have a brawl. The reason why this is a backstage brawl is because Triple H wanted us to do a backstage brawl this week. But these two having issues with each other, starting a backstage brawl. Queen Zelina trying to prove she deserves that NXT Women's Championship, and she beats Becky Lynch, so maybe she does deserve the championship. Who knows? But that's a 3.5 star rated matchup. No rivalry there. A little disappointing, but that's all right. I'll take it. So there you go. Not too bad of a show there for NXT. Vince McMahon is the Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown. You know what? That sounds about right. That sounds about right. There are no promos there in WCW. And on Raw, there's that. We'll go over their stuff here in a second. All right, so we had good booking. Starting rivalry there between Sheamus and Priest. Starting rivalry with Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler. And then nothing else there. Let's see really quick here. So that was 3 stars. Pretty good stuff there. This was 2 stars. Little iffy, but I think the popularity kind of hurt them a little bit. Although they, 61 and 60 popularity, so it's not like they were bad popularity-wise, but they only got 3 stars for their popularity there, as opposed to this one, which had 4.5. But that's also because Damian Priest is at 100 popularity, so that also makes sense there. This match, well, at least it got them a lot of popularity. Heading into that, I think Otis had 49 popularity and Carl Anderson had 37 popularity. So at least it got them a lot of popularity. I'll give them that, but the match did not do so hot, unfortunately. And then the main event, good stuff there. Good stuff there. 3.5 stars. Good stuff for that. And then we got, our promos there. SmackDown had good booking. They had really good booking, actually. They had 2 4-star matches. 3-star here with Belair and Ronda Rousey. And then the main was a 3-star match that Ivar won. Ivar's still the WWE Universal Champion there. So there's that. X-Pac and Ivar still doing their feud thing, apparently. So yeah, they actually had a really good show this week for SmackDown. WCW, they did their thing here. Pretty good stuff there. Gargano and Mustafa Ali are the tag team champions, of course. Alba Fire, the women's champion. There you get to that for them. That was a 4.5 star match too. That's the best match of the night, or the best match of this week was Rhea Ripley and Alba Fire for the WCW Women's Championship. And then Raw had amazing booking, so there you go. Good stuff for Raw. Good for them. Move on here. 96 rating score for NXT. We lost 7,917 fans. Oof. Oofa doofa doof. Not great. Wait, what? Okay, so we lost $27,000. So the show notes over there on the right. So we've got, a couple of tweets from fans. And then we got a tweet from Xia Li. who said, "Nice work, Zelina, but you're going to need to step it up against me." Pretty sure Xia Li's not on our roster. Oh. Oh. So there's that. I think it might be because she had a rivalry with Zelina before the season ended, but still, that's kind of funny. Still 6.5 million fans. We'll look at their stuff real quick. SmackDown had a 112 rating score, gained 20,000 fans. Well deserved for them. WCW, 121 rating score, 25,000 fans gained. Oof. Oof a doof. And Raw, 124 rating score, 32,000, almost 33,000 fans gained. Oof a doof. They are trying to play catch up on us right now. We gained a veto star, though, for doing the commissioner goal. But as you can see, even though they all had really good weeks, WCW still has the most fans right now outside of us with 5.8 million, which means that they're still 700,000 behind us. So there's that. We'll take a quick look at the emails real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get to the next week. It's just Sonya Deville wishing us luck. Okay, cool, Sonya Deville. All right, we will see you for week 2 here in a second. All right, so the second week of the month, we see an opening contest of Indy Hartwell, who last week said that she wants to get to the NXT Women's Championship. So she came out this week, and she said that she wants to take on anybody on the NXT Women's, anybody on the roster in her path to trying to be the NXT Women's Champion. And Asuka came out to answer the challenge. And so we have Indy Hartwell versus Asuka starting off the show this week. And Asuka gets the victory. So Indy not looking so great. That only got 1.5 stars. Oof. That's not a great start to the show. Then we have Dakota Kai. She gets on the mic. She says that she beat Shayna Baszler last week, and that she can easily do it again, and that all this talk about being the NXT Women's Champion, it should be going through Dakota Kai, and that she has 2 goals right now: to beat up on Shayna Baszler and to become the NXT Women's Champion. Got that rivalry up to level 2. Then Andre Chase, who apparently was trying to start Chase U and all that and said school's in session. Cruz del Toro apparently took offense to that. And so they're going to have a match here tonight. And Cruz del Toro beats Andre Chase. 1.5 stars. And it starts a rivalry between the two. So there's that. We got Angelo Dawkins in the house. And he's trying to get everybody hyped up. He's like, it's time to party, everybody. He's ready to represent here on NXT. He's looking forward to his first match in the brand and going from there. Got an excellent rating for the promo. +3 popularity. Good stuff. We got JC Jane and Ivy Nile in just kind of here's these two having a match thing happening. Not really any story behind it. And Ivy Nile gets a victory. Ivy Nile, I think that's her first win in this whole thing, because I think she was 0-5. So she finally gets her first win. Gets a 1.5 stars. This show is not looking great, but it does start a rivalry between those two. We got Queen Zelina, who gets on the microphone and says that last week what she did to Becky Lynch is just the start. If she doesn't get her if Daredevil doesn't hand her the NXT Women's Championship, then she's going to continue to beat down Becky Lynch and every other dumb broad around here until the Queen receives her crown once again. And then the main event, Tyler Bate comes out and says, I'm the NXT champion. And, there's a lot of talk about the NXT Women's Championship, but there's not really a lot of talk about my championship. So I'm issuing an open challenge for the title right here, right now, against anybody who wants to come out from the back. And all of a sudden we hear some music playing. New World Order. And out comes Six. Six is here in NXT, and he is accepting the challenge for the NXT Championship. And he wins the title. My God. He wins the title, 4-star rating, as Tyler Bate is no longer the NXT champion. That belt is now around the waist of Six. Just after last week, he was shilling t-shirts, and now he's lost the NXT Championship. So there you go. We have a new champion in 6. We'll have to see what happens with that rivalry heading forward. Wasn't quite expecting that, but I'll take it, I suppose. Yeah, that show was a little rough. I think the challenge, challenge kind of increased a little bit for us. But to be fair, we also have people who need to get better. Like, popularity wise, we need to get them up there. Indy Hartwell's at a 47 or so before that matchup, so at least she jumped up to 55. But still, she's got to get some popularity to her. These two were in the 40s popularity wise, so they need to get better. Same here with these two being in the 40s. Now they're getting popularity. And that main event, neither of them really... Actually, no, I take that back. 6 was like 91. Well, I guess he won the title, so it was an automatic boost of popularity. Tyler Bate went back to where he was popularity-wise before him, when he didn't have the championship. But there you go. Not a terrible show, but could have been a lot better. SmackDown had amazing booking. Vince McMahon no longer the Intercontinental Champion. LA Knight is now. Yeah. Ronda Rousey, 4.5-star match with Bianca Belair in the opener there. WCW had amazing booking. A couple 4-star matches here. And then Raw had a 4.5-star main event that saw MVP win the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar. Or retain it, one of the two. And saw the tag team titles go to, of course, Elijah, Dragunov, and Ezekiel, who won them from Ciampa and Tozawa. So there's that. Also, Jerry the King Lawler's on Raw now. So there's that. So it could have been better. Could have been better. 88 rating score. We lost 13,000 fans. Again, it's just we got to build up the popularity. As you see, a lot of our people are in matches and they're getting that popularity boost. So there's that. We're going to get them more popular and the matches are going to be slightly better because a lot of the matches so far, that's what's been penalizing it, has been the popularity. So we'll get there. We'll get there. We did gain 69,000, or we did make $69,000 this month though, or this week. So that's cool. SmackDown, 128 rating score, 41,000 fans gained. Woof. They are trying to play catch up really quickly. 126 for WCW, 37,000 fans gained. And Raw, 128 rating score, 38,500 fans gained. So they're all trying to play catch up. We have a big enough lead right now that we can afford to have this stumble that we have going on right now and not be, too penalized for it. We are still 700,000 fans up on WCW and just under 800,000 fans up on Raw and SmackDown both. So we have some room that we're building some talent with. Let's see what our emails for the week say. From Des Moines, Iowa. I'm from Iowa. Tyler Bate wants a rematch for the NXT Championship. That's fine. Nobody else is going to get a title shot before you, so there's that. All right, so we will see you in a moment here for week 3. All right, week 3 in Des Moines, Iowa. And it is being advertised that the main event is going to be an Extreme Rules matchup between Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler. But before we can get to that, we have another rivalry that's been starting as of late. Damian Priest and Sheamus going at it once again. This time it's a tables matchup, though. So we'll have to see who can put the other through a table. And Damian Priest with the victory. Getting a victory over Sheamus. He's now 2-0 against Sheamus. Can Sheamus actually do much with this feud? I mean, he's already lost twice. So he gets put through a table here tonight on NXT. 3 stars, good stuff there. Tyler Bate cuts promo backstage. Says that he lost the NXT Championship last week to Syxx, but that he refuses to let anybody get a shot against Syxx before he gets his rematch. So, kind of making sure that he's making it clear that he wants the rematch with Syxx for the NXT Championship in the near future. Then we've got a tag team matchup in our women's division as Katana Chance and Kaden Carter team up to take on a couple local talents in Danielle Wallace and Ali Brawler. I say local, but Wallace and Brawler are actually more popular. And they get the victory in a 1.5-star matchup. So much for trying to put Chance and Carter as a tag team here on NXT. Actually, to be fair, it's fine, but I mean, Wallace and Brawler actually had more popularity to them anyway, so 1.5 stars, not great. Didn't start rivalry, not great at all. We got Becky Lynch, who cuts a promo, and she says that she heard what Queen Zelina had to say last week, and she doesn't care what Queen Zelina had to say because she is the man. She is, easily one of the top females in this business today, and that Queen Zelina can go around pretending that she needs her crown and demanding that she gets her crown and all that kind of stuff, but Queen Zelina might already have, Queen Zelina can have whatever crown she wants. Becky wants the NXT Women's Championship. Tag team matchup here as Cruz del Toro and Otis team up to take on Carl Anderson and Angelo Dawkins in kind of a randomly thrown together tag team matchup, which leads to Andre Chase coming running in to try to and end up costing Cruz del Toro the match. 1.5 star rating, not great, but is what it is. As Andre Chase getting a little bit of revenge for last week, losing Cruz del Toro. And Angelo Dawkins and Carl Anderson get a tag team victory here on NXT. Six then cuts promo. Yeah, that sounds about right. Six then cuts promo and he says he doesn't care about whatever that loser had to say earlier. He only cares about one thing, and that is selling this shirt. And he shows off the NWO shirt. And the crowd's like, what the hell? And he loses 4 popularity from it. But apparently there's enough people who are like, yeah, I remember the NWO. And so they bought $22,000 worth of shirts. And then we get to that main event. Extreme Rules. Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler going at it here in a rivalry. Who walks away victorious in this matchup? It's Dakota Kai picking up a victory. Does nothing for the rivalry, but it is a 3.5 star match. So there's that. As these two continuing to have their issues with each other. Well, the show looked a little bit better this week compared to last week, or compared to previous weeks. We did have a little bit more stipulations this week for matches, though, but that's also because we're kind of a little rough on money right now. So that's why we're kind of running a couple shows without any money, without any stipulations, or without much stipulations. But yeah, all right, good booking for NXT this week. Good stuff there. Somebody got tag chemistry in that match. So we'll have to see who that is. 1 star tag chemistry. 2 people do not have chemistry in that match, apparently. Alright, good stuff there for that. SmackDown had a poor opener. They ran a 3.5 star match here, but then they had a 4 star match after that. So, not good for them. Vince McMahon losing the Intercontinental Championship and immediately going to having a match with Ivar in a tables match that he wins. So there's that. WCW, good booking for them. Chad Gable, the WCW champion. Good for him. And Ashante the Adonis is the hardcore champion there in WCW, or their secondary championship. Raw. Jerry the King Lawler beats Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was a thing that happened. Dragunov is the United States champion. Going up against Ciampa there. Good for him. All right, NXT this week, 106 rating score. Good stuff. We're bouncing back, and we gained 4,670 fans. Good stuff. We're bouncing back a little bit there. Apparently, Carl Anderson is getting even with Otis tonight, despite the fact that they're not in a rivalry. All right. Wallace and Brawler worked okay as a tag team, I guess, so not really any chemistry there between those two. Macho Monster of the World says, don't really get why NXT wants to push Tyler Bate. You know, former NXT champion. One of the top guys in the company, or in our brand right now. Yeah, sure. Don't get why you want to push him. SmackDown, 190 rating score. 15,000 fans gained. WCW, 111 rating score. 25,000 fans gained. And Raw, 116 rating score, 23,000 fans gained. We got a special promotion doing the commissioner's goal, which is good because now we can make sure we retain most of our fans that week. All right. See the numbers. WCW and Raw are still slowly climbing, but we are still too far up the mountain right now to be worrying about them at the moment. So we'll have to see that. Also, all the other brands have crowned their singles champions except for us. We still have a vacant women's championship. It's gonna lead to something. Don't worry. All right. Let's look at any messages we've got. Long Island, New York. The go home show for Hell in a Cell. Cruz El Toro says that loser Andre attacked me during the last fight, and he wants to match with him in the next 3 weeks. Well, that's good, because that'll end up happening. And Ivy Niles says that her and Indy Hartwell would make good tag team. All right, I guess. I didn't really have plans for them to be a tag team, but apparently if they have good chemistry with it, they could probably run with it. Sure, we'll see how that works. We'll see how that works out. All right, we'll see you for week 4 here in just a second. All right, go home week for the Hell in a Cell PLE. Yeah, this will be an interesting one. We start things off with an Extreme Rules matchup. Cruz El Toro, not happy about the fact that he lost that tag team matchup last week thanks to Andre Chase getting involved. So he demanded that Andre Chase have a match with him here tonight. No disqualifications, Extreme Rules, all that kind of stuff. And Del Toro is able to get some revenge for last week's loss. 2-star match though. This rivalry is not doing too great, but there's that. We get Shayna Baszler calling out Dakota Kai. She says that she may have lost twice to Kai, but she won't do it again. And that at the PLE this Sunday, she wants one more match. We get a tag team match up here as Ivy Nile, who's been having some recent issues with JC Jane, has a tag team matchup, and she chose to team up with Indy Hartwell. She says that she saw, she's seen what Indy's been saying recently, and she wants to try to help Indy out. She wants to try to help Indy get to the top, even though Ivy Nile just won her first match recently, or just last week. But JC Jane decided to team up with the newcomer to NXT, Ali Brawler. And Jane and Brawler get the victory in a 2-star matchup, and it starts a new rivalry. So there's that. Then we get Angelo Dawkins with a promo. Doesn't do too hot. Where he tries to do the same thing he did 2 weeks ago. Tries to hype up tries to get everybody into a partying mood. Apparently, everybody here in insert town name here, because I forgot to look at them to see what the town name was, they don't really care about his stuff, so he doesn't really get anything with it. Then Asuka decides that she's going to start she doesn't want to say anything, she just wants to start killing a bunch of people on the NXT roster. And so she calls out Wendy Chu, making her NXT debut. Well, she doesn't call her out, but she has a match with her, and that gets 1.5 stars as she pretty decisively beats Wendy Chu. Queen Zelina then gets on the mic to an OK promo and says that Becky is delusional and that she has talked to CR Daredevil, the GM of NXT, and that this Sunday the NXT Women's Championship will be on the line. It will be Queen Zelina versus Becky Lynch for the title. Then the main event, kind of a recent rivalries being put together in a tag team matchup. I know that technically doesn't advance them in single, unless it's in the singles matchup, but I wanted to do it this way anyway. As Sheamus, who's been having issues with Damian Priest recently, teams up with the new NXT champion Syxx against Tyler Bate and Damian Priest. And this match happens, and Bate and Priest get the victory. So Priest continuing to win, continuing to get those victories. 3 stars here as Tyler Bate also gets a little bit of momentum ahead of his rematch for the NXT Championship at Hell in a Cell. Not a strong show, but it is what it is. At this point, we just need to hold on to our big lead. Like I said, we're 8 of 10 Hall of Fame trophies right now. We'll get a 9th if we basically at the end of the season. If we can stay in first place, we'll get one, and then if we can complete the rest of the season, if we can complete 5 of the season goals that we have to do, we'll get one as well. So that would basically be it. Uh, could have been a better show, but it's all right. 2 stars for this one. It was just their performance. They had an off night in this Extreme Rules match, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. At least it got them up to 60 popularity each, so that's good. This match here, not too bad. Got him some popularity across the board. This match was what it was. It was what it was. Winnie Chu was just happy to be in a match, even if she lost. So there's that. But Asuka kind of kicked her butt. And then the tag match, 1-star tag chemistry. So somebody did not have that good of tag chemistry. Sheamus got some popularity out of it, but nobody else really. I guess 6 technically went up 1 point. I think everybody else kind of went up 1 point, but Sheamus gained a few points out of it, so there's that. Not the greatest stamina situation for these 4 men heading into the PLE, but that's fine. We'll survive. And of course, getting a couple level 3s there. Yeah, that get to level 2, so that can't be blown off at the PLE. There's probably going to be some stuff that we're not going to be blowing off at the PLE necessarily that well. It's going to be stuff that we're going to be blowing off on the weekly shows. We lost 2,300 fans. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But we gained $29,000, so there's that. Ollie and Jane work really well. Ollie and JC Jane work really well as a tag team. So Ivy Nile sent me the email saying that she wanted to work a tag team with Indy Hartwell, and then those two don't even have good chemistry. Like there's no note about it whatsoever. So that makes sense. Whereas Ollie Brawler and JC Jane actually have great tag chemistry, so that's good to see, I guess. Yeah, that's that, I guess. All right. SmackDown, 128 rating score, 37,000 fans gained. Mr. McMahon and Happy Corbin work really well together as a tag team. Wow. That is a saying that just happened. WCW, 118 rating score. Chad Gable and Uncle Howdy are an incredible tag team. I am loving this right now. And Raw, 132 rating score. 41,000, almost 42,000 fans gained. Wow. Raw is trying to climb back up into things. We got pre-match physio. Our commissioner goal this week was to have our lowest rated brawler in a match, I believe. Or least popular brawler in a match, I think it was. And I think I did that unintentionally. So there you go. Everybody's catching up quickly, but we're still on the top. We just gotta get some momentum, get through this month. However, get some, we're having an off month, but we'll get things turned around. Everybody else has a lot higher of a budget right now too on us. So there's that. But it's time for the Hell in a Cell PLE. And apparently we got hit by a limited stock card from Raw. Thank you for that. I probably wasn't going to buy any power cards this week anyway, so there's that. And we also got hit with a Veto Star. There goes 6. So we can't run the title match on at Hell in a Cell. Great. Thank you, Sonya Deville, for that. Oh, wait, what? Ivan Allen and Indy Hartwell had really hit it off as tag team last week. What? It didn't tell us that. Whatever. Cruz del Toro is happy for the rematch against Andre. All right. Well, we'll see you in just a second for our Hell in a Cell PLE, which is thrown all over the place. Alrighty then. So, San Antonio, Texas is getting one hell of a very interesting Hell in a Cell PLE. Our NXT champion is not in the arena. As it turns out, we've got word that Six and Tyler Bate were fighting at the local hotel that they were staying at, and both were banned from the building tonight by Daredevil. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It wasn't totally because Six was blocked off by Raw's power card or anything like that. So we had to throw together a heck of a card. I say heck of a card because it really isn't a great card, but we ended up with 4 women's matches on the show. So there's that. This is a women heavy PLE this month. But we are opening things up with a Hell in a Cell match. Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, these two have been having a rivalry over the last few weeks. Dakota Kai's won both matches so far between the two, but Shayna Baszler says that she's going to be able to get revenge and get the victory. And she does. Look at that. Shayna Baszler winning the feud after all. 4-star match. She lost the first 2 matches to Dakota Kai, but she's able to get the win in the 3rd match. Dakota Kai can still say she won 2 out of 3, but Shayna Baszler won the blow-off to the feud. So there's that for her. Then we have Andre Chase calling out Cruz del Toro. Says that he's still feeling sore after after this past Wednesday's Extreme Rules match, but that he wants a rematch with Cruz del Toro in the near future. Gets it to level 3 rivalry. Then we're crowning a North American champion. Randomly kind of out of nowhere. As Otis, Angelo Dawkins, and Carl Anderson are having a triple threat match. They've been having some issues with each other, kind of combination-wise, over the last few weeks. And it's time to crown a North American champion with these 3 men. And Otis is our new North American champion. 2-star match, that's fine. So there you go. Otis is the North American champion here on NXT. Then we got Damian Priest calling out Sheamus. Says that he's feeling a little sore after the tag match, but that he still wants that he has proven time and time again. He beat Sheamus in 2 singles matches. He beat him in that tag match. He doesn't understand why Sheamus keeps coming after him, but Damian Priest is all about having a fight. And if Sheamus wants to fight, he knows where to find him. Then we're going to crown new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions in a rematch from this past Wednesday, as Ivy Nile and Indy Hartwell team up to take on JC Jane and Ollie Brawler. Kind of the idea is that Jane and Brawler were kind of bragging backstage about being able to beat able to beat Nile and Hartwell. Hartwell's feeling kind of down about it, and Ivy says, "Listen, I know you want the NXT Women's Championship, but I will get you a champ. I will make sure to do my best and get you a championship before you get to that point." So she's promising that they're going to be able to win the championships here tonight. And they do. Indy Hartwell is a champion here in NXT as her and Ivy Nile win the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships in a 3-star rated matchup. So there you go. Good stuff there. We have new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And Cruz del Toro cuts promo backstage and says that he accepts the challenge from Andre Chase. He doesn't say anything else. He just says he accepts it. So there you go. There's that. And only got an okay rating. Then, because we randomly decided to put some people on the show, we're going to have a 4-way match. Danielle Wallace, Wendy Chu, Katana Chance, Caden Carter going out of here. And Wendy Chu gets the victory, surprisingly. 1-star match. Starts a rivalry between Wallace and Katana Chance, and then starts one between Wendy Chu and Caden Carter. I promise you we're not going to be doing the Chu and Carter one because they're both faces, and I don't feel like turning either one of them. But we'll got 1 star. What it is what it is. Asuka then gets on the mic backstage after that and says, "That was pathetic. I am going to destroy every one of them." Basically is what she says. In, kind of broken English. And then the main event for the vacant NXT Women's Championship. Queen Zelina demanding to get her NXT Women's Championship back. She's had it off and on for the last couple of years in game. She is taking on Becky Lynch here for the vacant championship, and it's inside Hell in a Cell. And Queen Zelina gets her crown back, so to speak, as she is your new NXT Women's Champion in a 5-star rated matchup. Good to see there. Queen Zelina, once again, the queen of the NXT Women's Division, back on top with the NXT Women's Championship around her waist. We'll have to see who steps up to challenge her after this. Then we got SmackDown's Hell in a Cell PLE. Looks to be a certain type of show, I guess. WCW's got stipulations like crazy, including that main event triple threat Hell in a Cell match for the WCW Women's Championship. And Raw's got some matches there as well. So there you go. All right. Amazing booking for NXT this week. We had a 1-star match followed by a 5-star match. That's one hell of a way to build the crowd up there. Good stuff there. They still had a 1-star performance in that match too. They got 4 stars and they had a 1-star performance in that matchup. That's saying something. Otis, your new North American champion. We'll have to see what he does with that championship heading forward. Not too bad there. New women's tag team champions. I was kind of hoping Jade and Brawler were going to win them since they're the ones with the actual tag chemistry, but hey, I'll take Indy and Ivy winning the titles. Kind of goes with the whole thing of Indy trying to be a champion here at NXT and winning at least the tag titles, so there's that. And it continues the feud between those two teams. This randomly terrible matchup. I don't understand why it only got 1 star either, because there's 2.5 popularity, 2.5 performance, 3.5 role, and 2.5 class matchups. So why did it only get 1 star total? I guess the popularity wasn't that good, but still, you wouldn't think the popularity would be that much of a punishment for it. And of course, our big time there, 1.5 star performance in this matchup, and we still got 5 stars for the match. Great to see. You'll love to see it. And then we got some feuds growing there as well. SmackDown had a poor opener. This match got a 4 stars. I mean, it was a rivalry, but still, that's crazy. Mr. McMahon won the Intercontinental Championship back, but then got hurt for 2 weeks, apparently. Bianca Belair got hurt for 4 weeks. Oof. Sucks for them. WCW with amazing booking. Alba Fire got hurt for 2 weeks, but Alexa Bliss is the WCW Women's Champion. So there's that from them. That was a 5-star match too, actually. So that's cool. And Raw had amazing booking as well. Good to see from them there. Non-title backstage brawl to end the rivalry. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. They had 2 call-outs promos with Tiffany Stratton and Natalia, and neither one of them gained anything for the rivalry. That sucks. That sucks for them. NXT 117 rating score, 145,000 fans gained this week. We got our fans back from the past month and then some. Great to see. Love to see it. At least we could put on strong PLEs to keep us on top of the mountain. Becky Lynch is such a natural at Hell in a Cell matches. Need to see this more often. That's good to see. Oh, now we get the note of Niall and Hartwell working really well as a tag team. All right, well there's that. The match with Wendy Chu was boring. There were too many stars of the same class, so maybe that's what hurt it. It still had all those good, those decent ratings through it, but there was just too many of the same class. Which, to be fair, it was more just throwing a bunch of women in there because I needed to get them popularity. As you saw, all 4 of them got popularity off of that matchup, so I didn't really care. I just needed them to get some popularity. Yeah, there's that. Gained $255,000 profit too, so that'll help things out. Because we were kind of dealing with a kind of quote-unquote shoestring budget the last month or so in game-wise as well, because we were having to pinch pennies, but now we have a little bit of room to do some stipulation stuff and to possibly get some other things going, so there's that. SmackDown, 103 rating score, 68, just about 69,000 fans gained. Corbin and Balor are the tag team champions now on SmackDown. That's interesting. WCW, 137 rating score, 196,000 fans gained. Good God. We may have to watch out for WCW. And Raw, 127 rating score, 126,000 fans gained. Yeah, we may, WCW is trying to make a push. Free crew booking for NXT this week and Veto Champ. for completing the seasonal challenge Rising Stars. That's the popularity one. There you go. WCW finally broke the 6 million fan mark. But they're still about 550,000 fans behind us. We'll have to see if we can gain some momentum heading forward and get things back on track of gaining fans weekly and going from there. Raw just shy of 6 million fans right now. SmackDown's playing catch up, but they're catching up pretty quickly. Remember, at one point in time, SmackDown was like, almost 1 million or so behind everybody, and now they are catching up quickly. We'll look at the notes real quick, and then I'll do it for this episode. Sacramento, California is where we'll be to start things off. Raw just keeps hitting us with stuff. So now we're getting increased prices of all legends and free agents. That's fine. Probably won't be hiring anybody next week anyway. Raw just really loves doing this stuff to us. 6, his contract's up at the end of the week. Yeah, we're going to be keeping him. We're going to be keeping him. He's our NXT champion right now. So that's fine. All right, Triple H. That's fine. Whatever. Sonya Deville. Hey, what was that stunt you just pulled? Yeah, because she hit us with a limited thing and a veto star, I decided to hit her with one this week. So now Raw is going to be without their top talent this week. You like that? Got to get dirty if you want to win. It had to be done. You would have done the same in my position. You did technically do the same in my position. You did it to me first, so I just did it right back. Bischoff hyping up his show. Put on a good show, but I had an off night. Next time will be different. We're being nice. Stephanie McMahon is thankful for that. We have to give credit to the superstars, though. They really did the work for us. Asuka wants a main event match, I believe. Yep, she wants a main event this week. You know what? That's fine. She didn't wrestle at the PLE, so I could get her in the main event against somebody. We'll see who it is. But yeah, we can do that. We can do that for sure. So there you go. That is where we're at. We're gonna get a shake-up real quick. Let's see. Triple threat matches cost superstars less stamina. That one is tempting. Power cards, I'm not really too worried about that one. I like the rope-a-dope one, though, because we have a decent amount of fighters on our roster. I think we have probably about 6 or 7 fighters. So this would be a good one to have. Increasing match quality with at least one fighter. Yeah, because triple threat, I don't really run a lot of triple threats. The one there at Hell in the Cell was for the North American Championship, was like the first one in a while I've done that. So yeah, I like the fighter one. So we'll do that rope-a-dope one. I want to take a look really quick here. Yeah, so we got Priest, who's 1. Asuka's 2. Dakota Kai's 3. JC Jane 4. Wendy Chu 5. Carl Anderson 6. So yeah, 6. So I'll take that. Not to mention the fact that Priest is one of our most popular guys on our brand right now, so that's helpful for that. Asuka's one of our most popular women, so there's that. Dakota Kai's basically right up there, so there's that. And then Wendy Chu, we can start building up a little bit. Carl Anderson, we can start building up a little bit. JC Jane is in tag feud, and technically a singles feud, so yeah, that'll be helpful. That'll be helpful for sure. But that's going to do it for this episode. You see, we got our 225 popularity, 1 of 5 challenges this month or this season to be done. We have 3 more shows left to all promo slots filled before we can get that one, which will be easy. We've booked 2 of 8 of that, so we just need 6 more of them. We need 1 more promise, which we can do when we get Asuka main event this week. So there you go. We're on our way. We are on our way. But thank you all for watching. Definitely appreciate it. We will see how long this episode ends up playing out with all the cut parts and everything. But that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching. And we will catch you next time when we are on the road to Survivor Series.